Hey guys, anytime we are talking about molecular weight or molecular mass or formula weight for ionic compounds or molecular weight or molecular mass for covalent compounds, it all refers to the molar mass of each of the elements in a compound. So, what is a molar mass? So, molar mass is the mass of 1 mole of a substance, and the unit for molar mass is grams per mole, and that is how you read it, grams per mole. And what do we need to figure out the molar mass of 1 mole of a substance is a periodic table. So this is an important tool. Make sure you have your periodic table with you. If you don't have a periodic table, just type in ptable.com and it's going to open a periodic table for you. So what you do is you look at the mass numbers here, these atomic masses or average atomic masses. And why are you looking there? Because these molar mass, the molar mass of an element is actually numerically equal to the element's atomic mass. So atomic masses are at the bottom and you can see they are in decimals right here in fractions. However, when we are writing these mass numbers, these masses, we don't report all the numbers. So we want to make sure that we are rounding them off. Okay? There is no need of reporting all the numbers. These are the rules we used these are the same rules we used in the class, and I want you to take time reading all these steps. I will be using all these steps as I show you the sample problems. Let me do this example of water. So guys, you also need to have a knowledge of formula writing, which we have already done before. So water is H2O. Now we want to figure out the molar mass of water, 1 mole of water molecule. This is a covalent compound, it's a molecular compound, and let's figure out the molar mass. So step number 1 says you have to figure out the number of atoms of each element. How do you do that? You look at these numbers at the bottom of each element. These are actually called the subscripts. So for hydrogen, what do you see? For hydrogen, you have 2 atoms, and for oxygen, when you don't see any number, that means it is 1. So you have 2 atoms of hydrogen, you have 1 atom of oxygen. You can actually call this as a mole ratio as well, 2 moles of hydrogen and 1 mole of oxygen. Now your job is to look at the periodic table. When you look at the periodic table, the mass of hydrogen is 1 point, you look here, and it is 1.008. However, I want, anytime you're working with the molar masses, I want you to round them off at 100 place, meaning the 2 decimal places. Okay, I don't want you to report all the digits, but every time you're dealing with the molar masses in my class, always round off at 100 place. So 1.008, when you round it off at 100 place, it will become 1.01. Similarly for oxygen, it is 15.999 and that will become 16.00. And you are going to multiply these number of atoms and then this mass of 1 mole, and you're going to get 2.02 here. When you multiply this, here you're going to get 16.00. Add both of these molar masses and the total mass is 18.02 grams per mole. Don't forget to write the units. It's important that you write the units. So don't make a mistake of adding these 2 numbers, because yes, they are molar masses. However, these are the molar mass of only 1 mole. So this is a molar mass of 1 mole of hydrogen. This is the molar mass of 1 mole of oxygen. But we have to figure out the molar mass of a whole compound. So we have to figure out the molar mass of 1 mole of water molecule, which consists of 2 moles of hydrogen, 1 mole of oxygen. That is why we need to multiply these and have a total mass. Okay, so please don't make a mistake of adding these numbers. You need to add these numbers at the end. So this can also refer to as the mole ratio. Number of atoms, you can call them either one. Okay. Let's do another example here of molar mass of barium nitrate. As I said, we need to know how to write the formula. Well, that you already know. Okay, you crisscross, that you have already learned. So barium nitrate. Okay, so here you have one atom. So again, the step number one is you figure out the number of atoms for each element. So barium is 1. Nitrate, now whenever you have a subscript outside, everything inside parentheses also goes with everything outside. So outside and inside, they both multiply, both the subscripts, to tell the total number of atoms. So nitrogen, and we have oxygen. So nitrogen is 2 times 1 because you don't see any number. Okay, 2 times 1. And here you have 3 subscript for oxygen. So 2 times 3. So now let's figure out the molar mass. For barium, we said 1. For nitrogen, number of atoms 2 times 1. And for oxygen, number of atoms 2 times 3. Now we're going to look for the molar mass of each of these elements on a periodic table, and we have to remember to round off at 100 places. So when you look for barium and you round off at 100 place, the mass is going to be 137.33. For nitrogen, 14.01, and for oxygen, 16.00. So we are not going to add these. In fact, actually, we are going to multiply these number of atoms or number of moles with molar mass of element for 1 mole. Okay. However, since we have 1 mole of barium, so just times 1, but it is 2 moles, so we are going to multiply by 2. And since we have 6 moles, we multiply by 6. We must multiply these. We can't skip that step. So when you do that, when you're using the calculator for multiplying these numbers, this is what you're getting. And please use your calculator again to add these numbers. Don't get mixed up. So again, use your calculator. 1, 2, and 3. When you add this, you are going to get 261.35 grams per mole is important, and it is required to report down. Okay, guys, just remember, when we are talking about the ionic compounds, we can also refer to that as formula unit. Okay, and why can we call formula unit? Because these are not found as single molecules. No, they are the ratio. They are the simplest ratio of cations and anions. I want you guys to try this. Pause the video and try on your own. Make sure you write down the formula first, and then you follow the steps. Once again, you can go to these steps if you have forgotten, or watch what we did again. Okay, and now double check your answer. Just make sure that you have used the periodic table, you have round off the value to 100 plates, at 100 plates to 2 decimal places, and you're following rest of the steps, and double check that you're writing the units. Thank you for watching. Hope it was helpful.